Hey everybody, before we get started, I do have a small message from one of our fellow podcasters.
Are you looking for an actual play podcast with young, hot role players, disciplined professional voice actors, and wholesome content? Well, this isn't that podcast. AARPG is an adults-only podcast with interviews, actual play stories where...
Excuse me, Matt, why do you sound like you've been chain smoking since you were a toddler?
What do you mean?
The voice. You don't have to do that voice, man.
I don't?
Nah, just tell them that we're a group of old friends who like to get together, hang out, play lots of different types of games, and we want them to feel like they're sitting at the table with us. And they can find us just by searching for the AARPG podcast on their favorite podcatcher and at the AARPGs on YouTube.
So if you get a chance, give them a listen. Thank you very much, and back to our show. Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Campaign Stories. This is Jeff, your narrator. I'm joined today by two guests, Ponce from our Library Royale episodes, and Maddie. Before we get started though, let's start with some lightsaber checks. Maddie, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I would love to go first. I am Maddie. I will be playing Medusa Fern, and this is my lightsaber check.
Hello, my name is Ponce. I'm playing Ruben Sappho, the Barbarian Librarian, and I hope that I remember how to roll in D20, and that, my friends, is a 5. Okay, toss it to Lucious.
Hi everybody, this is John playing as Lucious, and I got a 7. No lightsabers.
So Ruben and Medusa, as you two are here at the Sword Eye Library, standing across from you, the librarian, Shrenix, a female Lycal, with red sideburns and no hat, shaved head. She will ask you, was the trip over any problem?
Oh, no, those teleporters are always just kind of bumpy, but it was fine.
Yes, it was no trouble.
What's all this about then?
Well, we have someone looking into the Promise.
Oh,
Wasn't that lost to time?
It was. It was supposedly kept by the original creators of the Zerain Empire, though locked away in one of their vaults at some place at some point. Though we have not been able to find it, there is somebody new looking for it.
Perfect.
they're here? Are they here?
They're not. They were here the other day before they left.
Ah, so we do know who this
Yeah, you
person
want us to, take care of them? Make sure they don't find nothing? Or am I misunderstanding?
We're not positive yet. I've reason to suspect that they're looking for it. They don't know quite where to start. I think it would benefit everyone if the Promise maybe came to light. That being said, and John, feel free to jump in whenever you'd like. If you're doing
Enter the library.
Both doors slam open.
Dramatic.
Well, they're with your strength. I don't know if they slam open.
But yeah, a little bit tired with my owlbear cloak wrapped over my arm and a coffee cup in my robotic hand. I will enter the library. And the first thing I would do would be to try to find that librarian that had helped me before.
Yeah, you would see Shrenix as she hurriedly comes around the corner of one of the aisles. Oh, Miss Durstable, it's rather early. You're back?
Indeed.
You can see standing behind her at a table, there are two voids that are looking over your direction.
Look over at them and raise an eyebrow. Look back at the librarian. I think that I've got a lead on the Promise. So, yeah, I think I've got a lead, and I was hoping to get some assistance and some research and confirming where I would like to start looking.
Yeah, you can see she's a little flustered as, yes. And she'll slowly turn back towards our two voids.
I take a really slurpy slurp out of my coffee cup.
Medusa, has her arms folded and, looks very unimpressed.
Ruben is just trying to follow along with what you're doing.
Yeah, she's, sitting at the table, arms folded, very unimpressed, kind of tired, but, flashes a, pristine, polite smile. Yes? I believe we could be of assistance. Mr. Esterbald, was it?
It is. I'll spill a little bit of coffee on myself accidentally. Just, oh. And then the stain just kind of goes away.
She will, go to, reach out a hand to shake. Pull it back just a little bit when you go to, spill it. But then she goes, right.
Yeah, I'll let go of my coffee cup and it'll still kind of hover in air. And I'll go to give an actual handshake with my robotic hand.
Yeah, Ruben's kind of following your lead, Medusa. So when you get up, he stands up, but kind of fast and awkwardly, and bumps the table. And you see he's pretty jacked, wearing clothes that are just like a suit jacket that's a little bit too small. And we'll just follow your lead over there to do a handshake as well. And will you remind me, is someone using magic this casually? Is that something that would be a little bit surprising?
So it'd be weird to see here in this empire because it has a history of being anti-magic.
Okay.
In Golden, it wouldn't be weird to see somebody just throwing magic around.
Perfect.
Also, I will say, Medusa she's a little bit short for a void, but she has green skin with these really cool aqua freckles, nicely done makeup. She has a black and gold a jumper on, and it has a little logo of Myrtle and Fern Funeral Services on it. Her nails are nicely done, and she's a very polite smile as she does her handshake, and there's a skeleton that stands behind her in I had to do it to him kind of pose, and just looks right at Lucious.
Did this guy pop out of nowhere, or has there just always been kind of a skeleton hanging out?
Yeah.
You just weren't talking about it before.
Effectively, what you would probably think for a moment was a coat rack before you realize.
Right.
It's
you're halfway through hanging up your owlbear jacket.
The skeleton just looks at you, turns its head to look at you, and then holds out an arm to take your jacket.
Yeah, without even thinking about it, I'll just give him the jacket while looking at you, and then it will catch up to me a couple seconds later and just like, fuck.
Ah, yes, this is Mr. Bones. This is my companion.
Okay.
Ruben, pleasure to meet you, Mr. Esterbald, sir.
Ruben, pleasure as well.
Ah, yes, Medusa Fern of Myrtle and Fern Funeral Services. Hello. It's a script. She, says it under her, kind of under her breath, but, in, that awkward way of, I'm sorry. It happens.
And are you researchers by profession?
Yes.
Yeah, I think of myself as kind of a adventure librarian.
Adventure librarian.
It's more important than you think.
Well, I got into it as a hobby of sorts, but it did quickly become something more. But, yes, you were researching the promise, were you not?
Yes, I had done some previous research. After speaking with the leader of the Inevitables, though, I've come across what I think would be a strong lead for where it is.
That's mighty impressive. I mean, it's been lost for a while.
Right.
Gavin Tech is actually an Inevitable. Very much like the skeleton is actually apparently a skeleton.
Yeah.
Some things are a little bit shocking, but...
You a researcher by trade? I've never seen you around the library before.
No, I am not. I am a an acquirer of ode items.
Like a collector?
Yeah, or a repo man.
Oh.
Huh.
All right. Is there a repo out on the promise? Because you're really going above and beyond at that.
Right. Yes. It is interesting for someone to have a sudden interest in the promise. May I ask, what is this lead that you have discovered?
My friend Oswald had gotten to me, and we had recently been doing a favor for the Seekers. I don't want to go into too much details or for you to think that I just casually do favors for Seekers. But he had found a symbol of Gulshern that could potentially, hopefully be a doorway to where the promise could be hidden. You know, we were just recently at a brew house that was kind of built over some what appeared to be ruins. I didn't go down myself for the most part, but it's a start, and I think it's promising. What I'd like to start with is some research on the area, but also in the process of us doing this favor for the Seekers, there was what am I trying to say? We came into conflict with the guards that for some reason guarded this brew house. It was nothing like what it seemed. So I think that I can get in contact with the Seekers and get permission to get back on site.
Alright, you just alright. Guards at a brewery and secret symbols and underground labs or something. That alright. Sure.
It come to find out that I don't think there was even any beer. It was all just casks of water.
I have a DM question. Can I do a knowledge history to like gain more insight on what he's talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
What I want to see is if this is like a genuine lead or if he's like off the track.
Like maybe if other people have already looked in this area, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, go and give me a knowledge history.
Gotcha. Ooh, that was 2 of them. Sorry.
And that first one was
I know. That first one was a 5.
but it's all red, so it looks like maybe it was a 1.
It was a 1 that added up to 5.
Maybe it's just a rough night, maybe the teleporter scrambled something, but your history lessons just really aren't coming to mind. Though it makes sense that it would be tied in with Kulshern, which you know is the god of law that used to be represented here in the Zorian Empire.
Yeah.
So it fits, right, that an important contract would be bound to the law god.
Right. Okay.
Though you do know, at least in these circles for your groups, the librarians, that the vaults, there are 9 houses, there were 9 vaults. Over half the vaults really have not been found.
I would say that it's a good thing to kind of ask those questions to see if like I know what I'm talking about, because I would say that I come across as having like not even half knowing what the hell I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a lead. I don't know if it's a good lead, but yeah, if Shrenix thinks that it's appropriate, and Medusa here, I'd be happy to accompany you or help you with research. I don't know what you're really looking for here, to be honest, but if you're looking for the promise, I'd certainly like to come along.
Yes, I would feel terrible for someone to go about this alone. Perhaps you have friends that could help, but seeing as you are researching yourself, you might need people of a certain knowledge to help you out on this one. It's a gut feeling.
What's your fee for your help?
Oh, I do not charge my services. Call it a business partnership. And she has like, her smile is more of like, it has like a mischievous undertone, but it's still like polite.
Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm sort of paying off a debt. I got a good tip out of the library here, and one good turn deserves another. And if Shrenix thinks that you're worth the time, then count me in.
All right, getting a little bit suspicious. Do I see keys on you guys tattooed anywhere, like Shrenix has?
With a glance over, I don't know that you would see a key tattoo on Ruben.
Right, something that would obviously affiliate you guys with this librarian.
I do have a law staff that I have with me that does have I think obvious symbolism of a follower of the queen. If you're familiar with that, then I would say yeah.
Probably good enough.
Medusa has I don't know if you would be able to see it right away, just from a glance. She has half sleeves, because the sleeves on her jumper are rolled up, that go up to her elbow on both arms. So I feel like you'd have to look a little bit harder.
Yeah, I'd only be looking for stuff obvious. I'm not looking to get weird on you guys.
I will say that one sleeve does have books and papers. The other one has skulls and roses. So they're pretty.
Well then, I would definitely appreciate the service. All of my associates are on a different task right now, and it honestly would be dangerous for me to go off alone. I hope that you guys would understand those. This could be quite dangerous.
Well, as long as you have all the necessary paperwork filled out, then I'm all right with it. Why not? And she looks down at her nails and fiddles with them for a minute as she says this.
Yeah, Lucious, you got all your affairs in order?
No, I don't have all my affairs in order at the moment. What I would hope is that if you could do some preliminary research, I will call my contact with the Seekers, and then we can get at it.
You got a timeline?
I would hope to be leaving within a few hours.
Oh, all
Or
right.
faster.
It's real preliminary research.
Ah.
To be fair, yes. I've already been there. So this is just a little bit of just in case.
Perfect.
Maybe we can glean a little bit more information.
Nothing like cramming a bunch of knowledge before the test. Anyway, you need a few hours. I will meet you at the front desk. Give us a moment. And Medusa will walk away, and Mr. Bones follows after her.
Yeah, Ruben also awkwardly leaving you standing there.
Yeah, Shrenix would look at you, Lucious, and, well, yes, I think that does solve that. Ha 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 ha. As she'll back away from you and go behind the aisle.
And I'll like pull up kind of like one finger kind of thing. Proper paperwork in order.
Medusa, like, turns around, goes, oh, you know, will, testament, death rights, you know.
I think she's asking if you found a funeral home to take care of your affairs.
Yes.
And if not, I'm pretty sure she could recommend one.
She, like, gives that kind of smile that doesn't reach her eyes.
Alright, I see what you're saying. Don't worry about it though. I've got a bet with Shavri. I have no intentions of dying. I'll walk away with that.
Bold words.
Start dialing up Shavri Das.
The phone will ring for a moment before you get the answer. You can hear people talking in the background, voices going on, clack of keyboards. Das, what's going on, Esbold?
Don't think that I'm pulling in the favor, but I need to get back to the brew house in Selene.
Oh.
Is it still under investigation?
Yeah, Quinn's in charge of the Sword Eye operation right now. A lot of corrupt seekers he's trying to bring in. You need access to the brewery? Did you guys blow that up or something?
Yes, we did, but we might have left something to investigate.
All right, well, no more explosions, but I'll send Quinn a message to let him know you're coming.
All right, appreciate it.
Stay well, Estevold.
You as well. Click.
With that, with the call in place, Shrenix will come up to both of you, Ruben and Medusa, and kind of hush-hush will let you know that keep an eye on this one. It seems okay for the most part, but anybody seeking the promise should be made sure that they are not going to do something untoward with it.
I believe we have the situation under control.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah.
Speaking of preliminary research, do you know anything about this Estevold?
Can I do knowledge corporate?
You absolutely can.
Oh, that's a 9.
Damn.
Sweet dice gods are just not in your favor today.
No, they're not.
With a 9, that's a little bit below common knowledge, so you'd probably go through your head and just bold requisitions. You've maybe heard the name.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of a different Estevold before, but I don't know. Lucious, was that his name? I don't think I've ever heard of him.
I might know of a bold requisitions, but I don't know anything else.
Bold. All right. Well, that's somewhere to start. I think I'm gonna spend like 30 minutes of this 2 hours we got figuring out who this fella is.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna look more into the promise and see if there's any other documentation on like speculations on like other people's speculations on where it could be. Just any knowledge that I can get to know as much about locations and different things like that about the promise, so that we're not going in this blind.
I feel like the name Estevold sounded kind of familiar to me, and just to see if there's like famous Estevolds or who they are, if it's corporate bigwig or what, and then what the lore is about, like how it's protected or some sort of, if there's ever been like prophecies about, I don't know, any of that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right, so you're digging on that aspect. And then, John, what are you up to with this couple hours you've given him? Or are you cutting that short because you got the approval?
Since I got the approval right away, I will probably cut it short within an hour. I'll touch base with Gore, let him know that I intend on going back to the brewery, and leave it kind of vague. Maybe go out and like grab something like quick off the street to eat.
You get a message back from Gore letting you know that Chester should be touching down in a few hours. So whenever you get back, boss, your friend should be here.
Sounds good.
But since you guys are being cut short, Ruben and Medusa, go ahead and give me knowledge history checks. Ruben, though, you can add your profession librarian onto this.
Okay, great. So I'm going to have an additional +4 on this.
Correct.
Knowledge history.
I got a 12.
Well, that is an 11.
Yeah, both of you are kind of running into a common problem in the Queen's librarian circles, which is you guys are always trying to find stuff that is hidden, right? References to the promise become circular or refer to themselves in other groups. It's talked about as a document that was supposed to be here, though no one's ever seen it, though it was agreed upon, though it was said to be kept by various different rulers, though during the collapse of the Zorain Empire, before it got rebuilt, it got lost.
But so it does seem like something is on this plane, at least.
Something that's on this plane, I guess probably the one thing you'd really get out of this is that the promise only really affects things here in the Zorain Empire.
Oh.
It would be almost useless anywhere else.
Okay, that's good to know.
Alright.
So if some like private collector took it back to Golden or Port Junction or something, that's cool. It just would be a fancy old document to have. Bragging rights.
Yeah. Okay. To be honest, I researched Estable first.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have? I mean, even if it's the same role, maybe would I have learned anything about the family or?
I would say you can give me a knowledge corporate if you want to find out about the company, or if you're just trying to find out about person or the family name, you can give me another knowledge history.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have knowledge corporate, so and I am more interested in the person, so I guess I will just do another knowledge history. My dice are broken.
Yeah. We're not good at researching.
Yeah, I'm an adventure librarian, okay? Not a research librarian.
The Lie Barbarian is upset with the Dewey Decimal System here.
God damn, Estable scrubbed their goddamn names out of the goddamn library.
Maybe their name's just too new, but as you kind of look about, you find just kind of the common stuff, right? Like you'll see a picture of Lucious with a person in the newspaper. You'll see nothing to really get a grasp of who this person is.
Okay, well, guess I'll have to rely on my very, very good judge of character. That's a joke, because my wisdom is 0.
I think that as like we're researching, Medusa is like picking up different books that she thinks mentions the promise, but like she has like Mr. Bones carrying them, and then like they go over to the table, plop it down, and then she's like fed up because it's like there's nowhere, there's nothing. What happened?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I went to go look for those titles you were asking for, but they're all checked out. Someone got to them first.
Of course they are.
Well, I guess we better start our second hour of research.
I'm glad we...
Shrenix would let you know that Mr. Spold is ready to leave.
Of course
Well,
he is.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Medusa like rolls her eyes and just like stands up, stretches a little bit, and goes, "Let's get this over with," and then starts walking to the front desk.
Lucius, you'll get a call from Lieutenant Quinn as he'll, "Hey, Lucky, right?
What's going on, Quinn?
Hey, Das sent me a message, said you had a favor you were asking?" Kidding.
I wouldn't
kidding.
call it a favor. Yeah, we'll be heading back to the brewery here in a bit. We just need to make sure that we don't get obstructed by any seekers.
Would it be obstructing if I asked, do you guys need a ride?
I'll take that.
I'll send a vehicle over for you here shortly. Where are you at?
We're at the library. So yeah, would love a lift.
Alrighty. I'll send one of the officers over.
Oh, good. A squad car.
At the talk of getting a ride in a squad car, and then also when the squad car arrives, Ruben is probably noticeably uncomfortable.
Yep, we all are.
Medusa, she looks calm, not really phased by the squad car. Has that like polite smile. You know, perfect. We have a ride.
Did you guys find anything pertinent in your research?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we found a lot of stuff, but it's kind of need-to-know information, so if it becomes pertinent, we will divulge, but for now, you just know we've we figured out quite a few things. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I go back to a raised eyebrow. I don't need to roll for that.
Medusa, she like looks at Ruben for like a second and then goes, "It was a good research session. We learned more than, well, I learned more than I thought I did, more than I already knew. But yes, if anything does come up, we will let you know."
Sounds like you guys had just as much luck as I did.
Maybe a bit more luck than you, but yes, ballpark.
Sure.
Yeah, the young Illikin seeker pulls up outside of the library as they'll kind of wave and, are you the guest that Quinn sent me to get?
And I'll instantly go to the front seat.
Medusa's in the
Please?
back.
Yeah, Ruben kind of gets it. He's not so tall, but he is kind of wide. So getting into the back seat, it's a little. He kind of has to like turn sideways a little bit to get in there, but he gets in there.
Yeah, Mr. Bones climbs in and closes the door.
And we're pretty much in the car before, like, I imagine he gets out and asks if we just get in.
Yeah, everyone just piles in. Mr. Bones holds the back door open for Medusa, and he's like the last one to get in.
I'll roll down the window. Gavel Brewery, please.
Yes, okay. They adjust their hat a bit and sit in and start driving. They'll attempt to make small talk, but if it's not really coming back, you'll watch them kind of awkwardly maneuver themselves into, you guys like radio?
I'll click his radio on for him.
Medusa's just silent, just like scrolling on her HCOM, not really paying attention.
Yeah, Ruben's probably sweating just a little bit and like rolls the window down, kind of just trying to look everywhere except at the Illikin in the front seat.
He will attempt, of course, the awkward question of, so how do you know Lieutenant Quinn?
I don't.
Never
Oh,
heard
he
of
owes
him.
me a favor.
Oh,
Let's just say this isn't the first time we've gone to this brewery together.
okay.
How do you know Lieutenant Quinn?
Just ask the seeker how he knows that.
Oh, we're work friends?
Oh, where do you work?
Medusa like pats Ruben on the shoulder and goes, "Sweetie, you were sweating. It's okay.
Trying to act natural.
You're failing.
Oh, okay.
Breathe."
Yeah, I probably just shut up then.
15 minutes later, in the early morning light, you will all pull onto the property of Gavel Brewery. You'll see these 5 brew houses. You see the main house. A lot of this is sectioned off or cordoned off with police tape. You see there are a group of seekers that are here. Though Quinn himself is not here, Seeker Sil Saran, who is the one driving you, has been given permission to escort you to Brewhouse 5.
Yeah, when we get there, I'll get out of the car and start walking there as if I know where I'm going. Because I do.
Sil does the awkward thing where they try to go over and open the doors for you guys. They have to open the doors for the people in the back seat, of course.
Oh yeah, Ruben kind of panics for a second, trying to open it.
Mr. Bones would probably get out on Medusa's side, but like focusing on her more than like Ruben, and then like rounds the other side of the car and like helps Ruben.
Yeah, by the time Sil gets around to Lucius's side, Lucius is out of the vehicle and walking away.
Yeah.
You know, hold on, let me. Come on, everybody.
I don't walk particularly fast, though, so it's easy to catch up, kind of thing.
All right, well, you got to stay out of these buildings. So a lot of live ammunition and a lot of loose black powder around here. And but you seem to know where you're going, sir.
I will be kind of looking around, though, seeing if there's any spiders about.
They're not.
You guys got the fence back up and working?
Mr. Bones is in a pinstripe suit. Side note.
In a small way, Lucius, meeting Medusa, reminds you of maybe the path that Matilda might have taken, becoming an executor, had she not lost access to magic.
Besides seeing Mr. Bones kind of hanging out with us. And he's just animated, right? He doesn't. How intelligent does he seem?
While he doesn't speak, he does acknowledge like what's going on, you know.
Okay.
He's not super sentient, but like he's at least aware of like what's going on, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that he's still carrying my coat, and I'd like to awkwardly try to get it back from him at this point, and then put it on.
He is. He is like looking around as you take it, not really like acknowledging you.
All right. Is it obvious what kind of, I guess, skill sets you have, Medusa?
She doesn't carry any spell books. She does have like a pistol on her side. Like she does have a at least a weapon that you know that you can see. But I would say just at a glance, it doesn't look like she doesn't have like totems or any she doesn't have totems or anything. So she's pretty basic. But her hands are well taken care of, I will say that.
Right now, what I can gather is Ruben is not the best librarian I've ever seen inside a library.
I think that's a reasonable assumption for you to make.
Continue walking towards Brewhouse 5 as if I know where I'm going.
Seeker Saran will attempt to move ahead of you to kind of open the door. And do you all need help below? Quinn told me to have some flashlights and some stuff for you, but is there anything else you need? There's kind of a basic kit, like some flashlights, some rope, chalk.
Yeah, I expected you to have those, thank you. I did not think to bring that sort of stuff. Since I didn't go down here originally, I'm not a skilled adventurer, so...
Oh, yeah, Sylla will easily jump in there and... Oh, do you guys need help? Do you guys want help going down there?
No, we should be fine going down. I've been down once before. But
okay.
I would like to say that we will lose HCOM contact eventually here. If we're not back in, say, a few days, worry.
Oh, a few days? Ah, jeez. Scratch his tentacles underneath his hat and...
Hopefully it won't be that long, but you never know.
Hopefully.
He's going to run back to the vehicle. Ruben, go ahead and roll me a d6.
I will do that. I rolled a 3.
Okay. Seeker Saran kind of comes back and... sorry, they're not the best flavors, but best I could do, and hands 3 rations. There's, Saletti lasagna, and one of them's just a burger casserole.
Medusa takes the lasagna.
Oh, burger casserole. That was my favorite.
Yeah, without even looking at which one I take, I'll just pop it into one of my pockets.
Medusa will take the kit that they give us, putting the stuff in. If it can fit in a cargo pocket that's on her jumper, she'll put it in there.
You're able to find that middle pouch, and
Yeah.
I guess I'll sit up here at the top and I guess call out if you need some help.
Will do. Good work already.
Thank you.
Yes, it was lovely meeting you. She'll give a kind smile and like a half wave as she follows Lucious.
Yeah, the young Illican will beam as he watches all 3 of you descend into the dark. You're able to walk through this kind of opening area as you go down the stairs into these aqueducts. You'll see charred walls, burnt stone as you pass through this main area. As you continue, of course, forward, you'll get into kind of a larger room with a bunch of technology, void glass screens, pools that have been turned off, no longer connected, or drawing power. You'll pass by cubbies that look like they're about the size of a person, built into the stone walls, as you guys will continue back, flashlights in hand.
Hell, Esteban, you said you were here before? What are they doing down here?
That is a little bit hard to say. As we're traveling down here, I probably won't have my flashlight out. I'll just be kind of illuminating different objects as we pass by, and just leaving them illuminated.
Yeah, actually, the very common thing here, especially in the Breath of the Empire, that before they got rid of a lot of magic, a lot of older buildings have an iron bar built into them that you can cast light on it, and it'll light up all the spots. That iron bar being one object
Oh, rad.
creates that illumination.
Then yeah, I'll light it up.
So yeah, there'll be an iron bar that kind of sticks out that has a crafted or sculpted image to it that you can touch, and you cast light, and then cast light across the entire iron bar down the hallway.
Are we passing by where we fought that Illithid for a second?
Yeah, you'd pass through the room where the half-converted attempted to attack Oswald. You'd pass by the cubbies where Quinn was being kept. You would have, the Mind Flayer section would have been right at the beginning.
Right.
Those scorch marks we walked by?
Nice.
Also, Lucius, do you mind if I call you Lucius?
Sure.
Kind of working together, I guess. You said, like, how long you think we're going to be down here? Is it just like a basement? What?
Oh, hopefully it'll just be a few hours.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I just said that to...
So he has to stay on watch for a while. I appreciate
yes.
that.
Smart.
Yeah, what was actually going on down here, I can't say for certain, but the monsters that attacked my my associate, Oswald, the Illithid, that you saw smeared across the floor, this place, it's got some secrets.
Yeah, Illithid, I'll say.
Yeah, Medusa kind of looks back and goes, that was a person? Ugh.
I wouldn't call it a person.
Ruben grips his law staff.
But other than what was at that entrance, I don't think I ever had time to really even talk to Oswald and Forrest as to what was going on down here. They were out of radio contact the entire time. So, kind of going in a little bit blind now.
Yeah, you notice that your HCOMs no longer have connection.
Perfect.
Lucius, you know what we're looking for? Is there a spot? You know, or is there like a door, or are we just hunting now?
We're hunting now for a symbol of Gulshern. It's probably going to take up like a wall or something, right? Or maybe look like a door.
Correct. As you all drift further back, obviously able to move a lot faster than Oswald and Forrest were able to when they were last here, you guys will find across the back wall, illuminated by the iron bar, by the segments of it that do stick out, a large double-paneled kind of mosaic of Gulshern. A well-armored figure wielding a sword of light, heavy shield, but their armor is entirely covered in stylistic eyes.
Looks like we found it pretty quick.
Yes, beautiful mosaic, I must say.
You guys can give me either perceptions or knowledge dungeoneering.
I'm going to go with the knowledge dungeoneering. I don't do perception.
Neither do I.
I'll do perception.
Good to know.
Hey.
Apparently I don't do knowledge dungeoneering either. I have a +8 to that roll, and I got 10.
I got a 17 for my perception.
And I got a total of 22.
Ruben, there's a lot to take in down here. You're looking upon this mosaic. This is a history that you haven't explored, as you're from kind of the northern, bigger continent with Core Junction and Golden. Like, there's a lot there. This is kind of like going back to the old city. So there's a lot here still to pick up. Medusa, with a 17 on your perception, this mosaic looks a lot better than you think it would for how old it must be. Almost cleaned to some extent. Which feels weird, right? When you've walked through all this other area where a lot of these aqueducts, besides the areas that have been used, feels antiquated. But Lucius, with a 22 on your dungeoneering, as you're looking this over, you kind of have the suspicion that this wall has been rebuilt.
If rebuilt like how recently?
Taking a very close look at it, go and give me a knowledge engineering.
Alright. I get a 22 on knowledge engineering.
Okay, as you kind of poke at the mosaic and you look at this over, with the illumination from the iron rod, you can tell that this has been put back together. But it's been put back together by magic.
Oh.
There are cracks, but like if you just poke a little bit, you can see where the crack is still in the stone, but it's been magically sealed back together. The cracks in the stone match together too perfectly to have been broken and hand put back together, right? There's no chipping.
Okay. And can I kind of see that with the detect magic then?
Casting detect magic? Yes.
Yeah.
You can absolutely see the magical influence, the faint lingering aura that tells you this wall was rebuilt by me.
Okay. It looks like this wall has been magically reconstructed.
Oh, damn.
Ruben and Medusa, both of you are welcome to roll spellcraft for me, or knowledge arcana, whichever you prefer.
Hey, double digits with not a 0 in it. 13. Really doing it.
I don't have either.
Okay. You can give me your perception, though, if you'd like.
I got a 14. Oh, nice.
So with a 14, and then Ruben with your 13, with your knowledge of the arcane, also Medusa's perception, though you recognize that Lucius before was casting a spell, right, when they cleaned up the coffee off them, you would notice that Lucius does not wave their hands. They don't say any arcane gesture. Any magic that they seem to do seems to be innate enough that unless you're looking for it, you don't really see them do it.
Okay.
With the detect magic, it is confirmed that this wall has been rebuilt.
I mean, you want I should smash it down, or you think there's like a button somewhere?
Maybe it's a trap. Maybe there's... If it's magically rebuilt...
Ruben just kind of pushes on it, like maybe it's not real.
Your hand presses against it.
Alright.
Yeah, I think you're right to be wary about this, but I'm sure it opens somehow.
I want to see if there is like a mechanism to open it, or if there's like, if it's like, maybe it's booby trapped, maybe we shouldn't break it, you know?
Yeah, perception would be the skill for that.
Okay, gotcha. Hey, I got 23. Medusa like takes a pair of peekers that look more like they look more like just glasses out of like an inside pocket, and like puts them on and is like scanning this wall.
Medusa, as you spend a long while really looking at this, you find that there are no traps here, but it does look like this wall is not supposed to open.
If you relay that, then
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah.
look at the floor and the ceiling.
Yeah, I would relay that. Be like, it's not supposed to open, but it is not trapped. There is no traps. We know that for certain, but it's supposed to open. Perhaps the magic is keeping it together.
It does look like it was broken apart in the past, or the magic may be keeping it together now. You're right.
I mean, yeah, Lucius, this is your dig. You want me to try and break it, or should we look elsewhere?
There's no writings or anything on this?
No, it seems to be almost an entirely decorative wall.
Ruben, see what you can do.
All right.
Right.
Yeehaw! Strength check. Wow. Sorry about that. Just one sec. Let me rage. Yeah, so I give it one whack, and I imagine it kind of bounces off there.
It bounces off, but you can hear that it's hollow on the other side.
Ooh, all right. All right. Yeah, sorry, I was kind of holding back there. Step back for a sec.
Yep, she'll step back.
Step back.
I mean, you're smashing against it with your sword eye staff. You can hear that hollow echo from it, but it's going to take a bit for you to break through this.
Yeah, is there anything like nearby, like bigger and heavier that I can throw at it, or like smash it? I don't know, like
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Down here, especially,
yeah.
there are broken pieces of stone for these older aqueducts kind of setup that, yeah, you can take a pretty heavy chunk of rock.
Yeah, so I'll probably just whatever big thing I can lift up, and I don't know how many rage rounds this will take, but I'll stay raging for as long as I need to break this wall.
Can I cast guidance? Are you gonna roll again?
Oh, I don't know. Is that Jeff? That's up to you.
With guidance as well, I would say it wouldn't be hard then with your rage, with a little bit of magic behind that, to basically throw a huge chunk of stone into this wall.
All right.
Go ahead and give me a strength check,
Oh
just
boy.
to kind of see.
Let's go. Oh my god. So yeah, that's a total of 14. So it probably still takes me a while.
You throw it into it, and it will break through at least a portion of it, right? Not enough for you guys to be able to crawl through it first, but you can look in and see there is an entire nether room on the other side of the wall.
Mm.
You can feel the cold kind of draft come through it, as it looks like there's a balcony on the other side of this, with a stairwell that goes out beyond your reach. But between the three of you, Mr. Bones, between the four of you, once that first hole is broken in, you guys are able to pull away. The magic kind of no longer holding it together. It makes it very easy to just kind of pull the pieces apart.
Oh, yeah. See, that makes sense. It was the magic. That's why I couldn't break through it. There's that magic spell is strong magic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I got through it eventually, but
Right. You did a good job, Ruben.
Is it dark past this passage?
It is. As you guys pull away the stone and look onto this balcony area, you can feel winds coming up from below. You can hear kind of like either hisses or dripping water. But as you stand here on top of this balcony, you can see the stairwell that kind of goes down to a large circular platform with a 15-foot diameter, with a lever on one side, with a large engraved symbol of Gulshurn in the middle.
Can I switch my peekers to dark vision?
You can.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a better look at this place. You said there's a platform on the other side of this wall?
Yeah, so you break through the wall and you're on a balcony. There's a stairwell coming from the balcony down to a platform.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. She'll like press a button on the side of her peekers, and they'll go to like dark vision mode, and she goes, "All right, everyone, follow me." And then she gets to the top of the stairs and goes, On second thought, everyone hold hands. Don't fall. And she'll like grab Lucious's hand and do like a kindergarten trail, like so no one falls because it's dark.
Sounds good.
Yeah, right.
What are the stairs? Something that I can just kind of cast light on as I walk on them here and there, like with my feet.
Yeah, you can definitely cast light on the stairs themselves, or on the banister, whichever.
Yeah, if the banister wraps all the way down, I'll probably just do that. This light is only going to illuminate so much, right? It's nice in its entire handrail, but there's a whole rest of the room around us that's going to be kind of obscured in shadow and darkness.
Right.
It's a 0 level cantrip.
Still, that's a neat trick.
It is a funny image, though.
Yeah, Ruben kind of sheepishly lets go of your hand, Lucius.
Yeah, I'll like still be holding on because I'm like a little bit nervous and scared. Just like oh yeah. I'll let go of your guys' hands with that.
She'll like wipe her hand off on her pants. Right. Sorry about that. Yeah, and I'll make my way down to the platform. You said there's the symbol of.
In the middle of this platform, there's a large symbol of Golshern, and on the left-hand side, there is a lever.
Ooh, nice. And are the walls plain, or?
So from where you are right now, short of the walls that extend from the wall that had the mosaic on it, you cannot see the other walls. It is just darkness. So it's beyond 60 feet out from your dark vision.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wow. Is there like a loose bit of rock on the ground I can just like toss?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to toss it like straight forward.
Yeah, you'd have that long silence before you finally hear the echo of the
Did it sound like it hit the ground, or it sound like it hit a wall?
Sound like it hit other stone. You
Okay.
think the ground, but it echoes quite a bit.
Yeah.
Is it a pit?
I mean, there's a
think-
lever right there. Probably push that button, see what happens.
This is true. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'll stand on the center of the platform.
Yeah, Medusa will pull the lever. See what it does.
Yeah. You pull the lever from its resting position to the other side, and the platform will lower by about 10 feet.
Oh.
Into a gelatinous cube.
But this puts you about 10 feet below the balcony. It is still darkness as far as you can see, but below you and above you.
Ah.
Probably turn on a flashlight and just start pointing it around.
Yeah.
It looks like the gear here is made to be continuously moved back and forth to keep lowering it.
Oh. I could do that, Medusa, if you don't. I mean, you could do it either way.
Oh, no. Please go ahead, and she'll like back away.
All right.
As soon as you let go of the lever, Medusa, it goes back up the 10 feet to the balcony.
Oh. All right. So don't let
Gotcha.
go.
This is an odd elevator, but it's made of. You said it's stone?
It appears to be stone. As you move that lever, you can hear the clockwork gears, though rusted and old, as they grind and slowly pull the platform down.
Ah.
All right. Well, I mean, I could get us down. I'm worried now when we get to the bottom, this thing's just going to go flying back up to the top, kind of like a one-way trip. Maybe there's another elevator down there. Guess there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Back and forth I go.
I want to look out for like to see if there's like we see any alcoves with my flashlight of like other places as we like descend.
So holding your flashlights and looking over the edge as Ruben continues to lower you all down into the darkness, you'll see that eventually the flashlights will kind of touch the top of it, but you'll see you're lowering into a maze-like structure.
As soon as Medusa like sees that it's a maze, you all hear her go, "Fuck." Okay, and it's a maze. All right.
You want to take a second, try and like draw it out a little bit from up here? I can hold us up here.
Would I be able to?
Just like, I guess it would probably just be like the center part of it.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and mark down for yourself, Medusa, that you have a +2 to the upcoming check to maneuver through the maze.
Ooh.
Medusa, you get what you need?
Yes, you can continue lowering us down.
All right. Here we go. Hang on tight. Lucius, you doing okay? I notice you're kind of at the dead center of this platform. You're not afraid of heights, are you?
I'm definitely not going over toward the edge to look down or anything like that. So we've got this. But yeah, I definitely don't go to the edge.
I like to think that Medusa takes out a pen and like writes it, at least what she can see of the maze, on her hand, but like trying not to smudge the ink.
Okay, as Lucius is in the center with Sappho pulling the lever, go ahead and give me a perception check, Medusa.
I got 12.
Though it's hard to really tell up here between the flashlight and the distance, you do worry that when you look at the map you're drawing on your hand, that there are some parts of the maze that seem to move on their own.
Oh. I think when Medusa notices that parts move on their own, she'll like stop for a minute, look at her hand, look it back, and sees that something shifted, and then goes, "It moved." Oh no.
I'm sorry. What moved? You got movement down there?
Yes, it's the maze. It moved,
Oh.
and she has like her tone changes. She doesn't have like the like hello, like the she has more of a casual tone now that she's like caught off guard. Yeah, it moved.
Like-
I swear.
The walls moved?
Yeah, it moved. It's parts the sections moved.
That's gonna make this easy.
I mean, maybe we just stand in one place and it'll take us where we need to go.
Mm,
Kind of like
I
this
don't know.
elevator. One can hope.
And Ruben, eventually you do get the entire group down to the bottom as it settles into a small groove built for it, as you are in the middle of a large maze. The walls, about 12 feet high, made of worked stone, just simply seem to echo back as your natural voices kind of carry and drift into it. Being down at this level, though, you can hear occasionally the sound of stone on stone kind of moving across each other.
love that.
Y'all want to try something real quick? I don't know if you want to be on the platform or off of it for this, but I want to try and take my hand off this lever and see what happens. Because if it just goes right back up, we're kind of making a commitment to, I don't know, living here.
I know. It might be good if we had Mr. Bones stay here.
He could hold the lever for us.
Right.
When it went up before, it wasn't like it didn't like instantaneously go up. It just like rose up at a normal speed.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to step off or you want to stay on here? I'm going to just check something.
I'll step off.
Yeah, I want to step off and see if there's another lever.
Yeah, as you two step off.
Once they're off, I'm gonna let go of the lever because it fell in, went into the hole where it fits, sort of like it's flush with the floor now.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, so I'll just like take my hand off of it for a sec and see if it moves.
Yeah, it looks like about every round it goes up.
Okay, so then I'll lever it back down.
Okay. Down below, Lucius and Medusa looking around with your peekers. There does not seem to be a lever down here that holds in place.
Do you need Mr. Bones? Is he helpful to you if we're gonna be going through a moving maze?
He would be helpful.
Okay, well, Lucius, how confident are you that we're gonna be able to find another way out of here?
I'm sweating when I say this. There's got to be a way out.
I think I got a little bit of rope here. Maybe we can try something. I'm gonna take my hand off of the lever to let it go up about 5 feet, and then I'm gonna grab the lever to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to tie some rope around the lever, throw the rest of the rope down below, and see if they can throw the rope underneath the spot where it sits in, so that, like, basically it can sink down onto the rope itself, and then the rope will be taut enough to hold the lever from moving.
Oh.
I don't know if it's movement that the lever does or if it's just the touching it, but then try that.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You continue to move it till it brings it down, holding it in place. You'll watch as the lever tries to go back to its resting position. It can't because of the rope, and it does not lift up.
Perfect.
Good work.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll work. I mean, I think it might not hold, but I feel like for now, it's better than nothing.
Right. Yeah, Mr. Bones will just nod and then walk off.
And, well, actually, just one thing is if there is another way out, maybe it's a good thing, but this sort of makes it real hard for anyone else to follow us down here.
Good or bad?
Smart.
Yeah, I don't. That's I think kind of good. Sometimes maybe good. Sometimes maybe bad. But all right, cool.
And I'll kind of ponder this situation for a second, look to where we may or may not go, and then I'll touch the ground and attempt to put an arcane symbol on the ground, labeling this as the platform entrance.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Is that something that we can see at all, or you just like touch the ground and then walk away after a second?
I'm making it so you can see it, making it visible. So in case this shifts around, who knows? Hopefully this mark will stay. What kind of options do we have for directions to go?
I have a map that I drew on my hand. I don't think it'll work if it shifts.
Also, we don't know where we're trying to get to, so I don't know. Did you see a path from up there that looked like it went longer than, or one that you didn't think looked like a dead end? I don't know.
I've been able to tell from that, just like from what I got on my hand and like from just looking.
Yeah, it was a bit difficult from above to see. With the 12 you had, you definitely see that there's supposed to be an end to it. You think so. But with the distance of the flashlight, it kind of all becomes muddled in the darkness, and kind of the moisture that kind of builds up the lower you get.
Gotcha. I would say Medusa, she kind of shrugs a bit and says, there seemed to be an end, but we might have to just wander.
Perfect. That's honestly perfect. Am I right in assuming that I do not have dark vision as a void?
Correct.
Normally, this is the type of place I try and go up out front, but I can't see shit, and so I think one of y'all is gonna have to go up front and then point me at anything that needs hitting. I promise I'm good at hitting stuff.
Oh my god, I have an idea. Can we cast light on Mr. Bones?
I attempt to.
Yeah.
Or on his pinstripe suit.
So that way, like, he's just our torch?
The glowing Mr. Bones, even above a little bit, even if he gets further ahead, you can see his light above the walls. But how we'll handle getting through the maze is, it is a DC 20 intelligence check or knowledge engineering.
Okay, I have +8 to knowledge engineering, but I have rolled very, very poorly every single time that I've rolled.
Bound to roll good one of these times.
Before any of you roll, here are the maze rules. For those of you who got a +2 for doing a thing, trying to draw the map, or if you have other ideas that you want to try to add a +2, a trick to get through the maze, you can. For each 5 you beat the DC, it will cut the time in half to get through it. For each fail, it will add 2 hours onto your trip.
Damn. Well, I'm going to attempt to use more arcane marks to kind of point out the directions that we have been going, so in case I know this maze is shifting, hopefully this will help us know where we have been, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Arcane Mark being permanent and being a cantrip, you can definitely use that and give yourself a +2 to this.
You said it's dungeoneering or intelligence?
Yeah, either an intelligence check or dungeoneering.
Oh no! I got a 1 from my intelligence. So with a +2 bonus, it's a 3.
Is this something that we would have one person lead and the rest of us would aid, or do we all just roll our own?
All of you are rolling together as a group, and so
Okay.
I was going to add in all of your group effort.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like a group stealth.
Correct.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I could use to the walls. Have we seen any, just at this, first stage here, have we seen any of the walls shifting at all, or just we hear it kind of in the background?
You can hear it in the background. You couldn't see it from you pulling the lever. Didn't really have the access to see it.
Yeah,
Medusa was
sure.
able to confirm that, and Lucious in the middle did not.
I'm
Yeah.
useful.
No, these arcane marks are really going to actually help.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't really think of much. I guess the only thing that I will do is keep in the blank page of one of my books that I have. Probably just write any direction that we turn. Just hoping that theoretically we could backtrack it just as a bonus to having the arcane marks. But I don't know. I don't really see how. I don't think that actually gives me any type of a plus to my roll necessarily.
It won't give you a plus to going forward, but it will prevent you from getting lost going back.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and 17 on knowledge engineering.
Okay.
And I got a total of 23. Yeah, I've been rolling consistently pretty good this go.
We're just, all things must be balanced.
Right.
Yeah. When our lives are at stake, that's when I start rolling ones.
Moving through the maze, Lucious is able to keep a pretty steady bearing. as you guys start to learn how the maze turns or moves a little bit. Ruben, you're getting the hang of it with the 17. It's a little odd, right? This is not something you've dealt with before, even as an adventure librarian.
Yeah, it's nothing like the stacks back home.
Yeah. But poor Medusa, you can see more than anything, is having a bit of trouble with. Between the walls moving and Mr. Bones illuminated, it creates kind of an issue where Mr. Bones occasionally disappears behind a moving wall. Medusa tries to follow both Lucious and the light. But as you guys wander through here, time passes as you are working your way slowly towards an end. But with that, Nat 1 of the walls moves, giving an open space to move into a dead end. You guys would all see there is the emaciated, starved body. You can see the fungus kind of drifting on it. You can see the rippling effect, right? Like it looks like it's stuck behind a heat shimmer, or like it's an odd piece of glass that seems to be distorting the vision you're seeing. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I got a 24.
Damn. Got a total of 18 somehow.
So it's actually a 12. That's nice.
Yes. So, Ruben, this looks odd. You have no idea what this could be or what's happening here.
Does the creature that I'm looking at look dead to me?
Yeah. So with a 12, as you see beyond the shimmering, this looks like an Amon Protection Division guard. Its armor, though, is well kind of worn. The flesh is emaciated, mostly gone, leaving basically a skeleton left that's starting to break apart. Its auto rifle looks to be left on the ground nearby. But Lucious, with an 18, you can see the outside edges of this cube.
No!
Oh!
And Medusa,
We did it to ourselves.
you know normally gelatinous cubes are a gang here in Dusk Banter that rifles through trash, right? They pick through things and find out information about people and get around the city through kind of being information brokers through garbage. But here you see their namesake, a gelatinous cube, an Amon Protection Agency guard in its body.
When she sees it, she goes, "Oh, good gods! Do not go forward. Do not go forward."
I always thought they were fairy tale.
Yeah, you're able to grab onto Ruben's delivery outfit before he steps forward.
Yeah.
But it takes not more than a minute or two as the cube kind of shifts your direction. It's hard to tell, really, before the maze moves again, sealing it away and moving it to some other part.
Was the auto rifle on the ground, like, in front of the whole thing?
It's off to the side. If you would like to try for it, I'm happy to give you a reflex save.
I'm just trying. So it's like off to the side, but I didn't see the edge of the cube. Oh, I got a natural 20 on my reflex save. The fucking most useless roll.
That's how that works. That is how that works.
As Lucius attempts to solve this with magic, you reach forward as you're able to swipe the auto rifle off the ground
Yeah.
as she pulls you back.
Whoa, hey, whoa there! What? I just it looked like kind of a useful gun, maybe. I don't know. He wasn't using it. What's the
There
problem?
was a cube. No, it was a gelatinous
Oh, shit.
cube.
Oh,
You could have been
fuck.
swallowed. And she stops with like she.
No, you
she
can
stops
say it.
herself.
That's all right. You can say idiot. That's all right. That seems like I really missed something there.
No, I respect you. And she turns and goes, "Okay, let's keep going."
Was that an Amon security personnel?
I think so.
Yeah. Does this gun give me any information about how long that person would have been there? I don't think I have a skill that would be history is the closest I have, or knowledge GR.
Knowledge corporate.
Okay, so this would just be, I'm just going to roll one that I have unskilled, because it'll just be a +4. The total is 14.
Okay. Yeah, looking it over, you can't tell how old this must be.
Oh,
you,
for
have
sure,
you have 22 bullets in it, and I just put it into your inventory.
I see it. Especially probably has some like damage from the cube.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it slimy?
It is not. The auto rifle looks like it was mostly left alone. But you can see where like there's some like the acid worn on it from like the cube probably ran over it, but it didn't bother with it because it wasn't what it was going for.
Lucius, you got any idea why I'm on security forces would be down here?
I have no idea why Amon security forces would be down here.
And this is a me question, not a Ruben question, but that is that separate from the Seekers?
Outside of game, Seekers are effectively a police force that was bought by the Amon Corporation. The
Okay.
Amon Protection Divisions is the corporately controlled military force.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But yeah, they couldn't have been down here that long ago. So whoever broke through here, it has to have been somewhat recent.
Since last time you were here, or like before you found out about whatever the hell was happening upstairs with a Illithid? Which, by the way, Illithid, did you see? Is that real? I thought.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's real.
Jeez.
But for all I know, that was the last one. I don't know, because it was. I'll start to like kind of explain the story and then think better of it and just say I think that was the last one.
Well,
But no, that there would be an Amon presence down here. I'm just starting to kind of wrap my brain around why they would be down here in the first place, because it was really hard to find any information at all that the Promise could have been down here in the first place. So what the hell were these guys doing down here?
Yeah. Do you think do they normally travel in a group, or like do you think he's down here alone, or do you think he would have come down here with or you think they would have come down here with a group?
With a group, for sure.
All right.
We'll have to keep our eyes open. But with that, I'd try to continue navigating through this maze.
same.
Yeah.
As it shifted from the gelatinous cube, would we see Mr. Bones in front of us again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Bones will return back as the glowing presence of his pinstripe suit.
Just standing there. I had to do it to him. Just patiently waiting.
Mr. Bones is just Sans from Undertale. Is the movement that we've seen so far, does it seem like constant in one direction, or are we seeing things that are like changing direction or changing, like stopping for a while?
You guys kind of got lost for a moment there, and that's why you ran to the cube. But yeah, you think you can tell that there is a almost clockwise pattern to how you can hear the noise coming. And especially you guys have been down here for about 3 hours now.
Oh, I probably got hungry. I think I ate my, after that gelatinous cube encounter, I remember that I have my meat pie ration. I'll probably start eating that while I walk.
I will definitely save mine.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me knowledge dungeoneering checks. Your previous +2s have been used up.
Cool. Ooh,
I rolled a 21.
Alright. At a temporary modifier, I'm taking off. Back down.
I got a 13 for. You said intelligence was the other one if we don't have dungeoneering?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I got a 13.
And I got a total of 16. But I would be kind of looking around for other signs of other people that might have been through here now. Like, I think coming into this, I thought that this was going to be like a ancient, like, undisturbed scenario.
Yeah, like a sealed tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Lucious and Ruben, as you guys kind of figure out the rotation to this, it does take another 3 hours, but you guys are able to exit out.
Nice.
I knew watching all that dungeon crawl would work out for me eventually.
Yeah, dungeon crawl.
I'm sorry, what?
I always knew I'd be so good at this game.
Hmm.
You know, that's what I keep saying to myself, but it wasn't much like the show.
I'm looking around like, how much like the show is this?
And so, as you exit out of this into this hallway, go ahead and give me your perception check.
All of us?
Yes.
That mine is at 23 because I have +4 on that.
Well,
Oh, I got 11.
So, Lucius, yeah, maybe you're distracted by that. And Medusa, as you kind of look around as well, you're both looking down this hallway. You can see the small holes in the walls on both sides. You can see the dilapidated, broken arrows kind of tucked at the corners here. But, Ruben, you knew this probably was supposed to be an arrow trap, right? It's not probably expanded, but with that 23, do you think this might have been Season 3? No. Season 5 of Dungeon Crawl.
The trap or this maze that we're in?
This dungeon itself.
Oh, what in the... Hold up a minute.
Medusa is like adjusting, because I forgot to add she has a wig, so she's like adjusting it so it doesn't fall off, and is kind of a little bit distracted. as you get her attention.
I just had, like, I don't want to say it's deja vu, but I've seen this before. This was season 5 of Dungeon Crawl, all of it. This whole thing, this whole.
Are we in a set? I do not know what Dungeon Crawl is.
You have never seen Dungeon Crawl?
I don't.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she said she didn't watch TV. I was like shocked.
Yeah. She looks at Ruben and goes, "You know me. I don't do TV. I'm too busy." And then she looks at Lucious and goes, "Yeah, I don't like TV. What about
Dungeon
it?"
Crawl is just like it's just on. Like you go out to eat. Dungeon Crawl. It's like. Anyways, season 5. Lucious, do you see season 5? Do you see that arrow trap right there?
God, what's the theme to Dungeon Crawl again? Or the fucking the catchphrase? What would you give for one more chance?
Yeah, that was the next season.
Hold the front door. I'm like, I have a flashlight, right? I'm like shining a flashlight around looking for like booms and like where a camera. Like, are we on Dungeon Crawl? Are we being filmed right now? What the hell?
You're not seeing anything as you look around. You can go ahead and give me perception checks, of course.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna look around anyway.
Ooh, nat 20. That's crazy.
Hey,
I paid my dues.
I won't. I'll be too busy just considering what the hell's going on here. I'm not looking for the evidence that it's a TV set.
Yeah. No, as you're considering what's going on, if this is correct, then there should be a boulder trap coming up. If you remember the lizard folk and the woman getting by it, you remember watching. You think this finale at the bar, and Ruben, as you look around, no, there's no cameras here, but with that nat 20, with that corpse in that gelatinous cube, you think you may have just put this together. That game show has been testing vaults.
They son of a bitch. They've been holy. So they designed like a set for the whole thing, and then they have them play on like a set, and then they send other folk in to like actually deal with the vault. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what I'm thinking in my head, my brain?
God.
I think Amon has been sending people into the
actual vault
to be fodder for this vault.
That is
wow.
That is despicable.
That's just only good business.
It's not even. It's not. I thought it was all camera tricks and they were kind of fooling, but it's real.
So we should see a boulder coming up soon.
Yeah, there's a boulder trap. If I'm right, there's a boulder trap up here. We're gonna want to stay out of the way of that. Although maybe it's probably triggered.
Already
right?
triggered.
Yeah. All right. Wasn't there? I'm trying to remember that episode. I think there was like a fire. Yeah, they were working together right up to the end, and then he was hurt, and I feel like he betrayed her. She betrayed. I'm having a hard time remembering that.
The group of you then moving down the arrow trap hallway, though the arrows have long been expended. Occasionally you'll step on one where like one arrow will come out, but there's not enough force behind it anymore because it's supposed to all come out together. So you watch as like an arrow kind of like plops onto the stone floor.
Ruben is just like mouth wide. Dungeon Crawl is his favorite show. And he's just like in awe right now.
Moving through this hall, as you get past the arrows, you can see small gems about apple size pushed into the stone, embedded, each of them with arcane runes around the outside, some of them illuminated, some not. As you approach the upcoming end of the hallway, where you can see the passage heads down.
Can I do detect magic on this area?
You absolutely can.
Yeah, so I feel like when Medusa uses her magic, there's like almost like she reaches out her hand to like do detect magic, and within her hand, it looks like her palm is just like, it's like the center of a black hole. It's just void in darkness as she like casts this magic. And because she uses her left hand, and there's a symbol that darkens along with her palm. But yeah. So you said all of them glow?
So all of the gems that have lights in them give off a necromantic aura.
Oh, we're dealing with necromancy, boys.
Is this the hall? Am I remembering correctly that there was like some sort of a fire trap at some? I'm trying to remember that episode. Ponce is trying to remember that episode. But I watched that. I listened to it.
Yeah, you remember the fireball comes at the very end before they reach the dais.
Okay. All right. You said necromancy?
Yeah. They have something to do with necromancy. It's weird.
Yeah.
Can we roll a check to try to figure out what those things are for, or what we remember from the show?
Spellcraft.
Do a spellcraft.
Yeah, you don't remember these in the show.
That's what I was thinking. Is I don't remember them at all.
Yeah.
Is this a situation where one of us should roll, or can we all roll, or what's the?
Anyone can roll it.
That makes sense. I'm back to my usual.
Okay.
Got a 6.
I'll try to lead the charge on that. So I'll, with Detect Magic, I roll a total of 28. I don't know what bonuses I would get from Detect Magic.
Okay. And Medusa?
I don't have Arcana or Spellcraft. I mean, I could try Spellcraft. Oh, I got a 19 for Spellcraft.
If you're okay with this, then we'll say that you aid Lucious to bring that bonus up to a 30.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so with your Detect Magic, and Lucius as well, as Ruben is still mentally reeling from the idea of, I'm not on the set's based on where I'm at, Lucius, each one of these glowing gems is a soul.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
Like a trapped soul?
Correct.
And you said there's ones that aren't glowing?
Correct. There are gems that are not glowing, but there are many gems that are. And towards the end of this hallway, as you are moving along, you will watch as a gem will illuminate.
Oh.
Like a soul just found its way into it?
Correct.
Ooh.
But
Can I do a check to see if I still have my soul? Just kidding. I don't actually know anything about that.
Can I do a religion check? I don't acknowledge religion, even though I'm not trained, because I feel like because Medusa deals with death, she might have some idea of it. Like, might know what. Hang on. I feel like it could help to like connect some of the dots of like what is going on. Can I try it?
For this, go ahead and use your profession executor.
I got a 14.
With your adherence to Azdan, as you look upon this, you're pretty sure these are jars made to capture
Jars?
souls to be used later by whoever has access to these halls.
Oh. I feel like Medusa is kind of like looking at one of them, like doesn't really touch it, but is like looking at it closely. And she goes, yeah, you said it's a jar?
Mm-hmm.
It's a jar. You put a soul in there so someone can access it later.
Is there a check that Ruben can do to know some things about that?
Yeah, what are you trying to know?
Who would be using souls, and also if the soul jar, the idea of a soul jar, if I would know anything about how that's activated?
Go and give me Knowledge Arcana.
Okay. Ooh, 24. Nice.
Especially with the darker side of arcane magic, the use of souls is a very common way to gain power and to bind a power to a being. Whether it be through contract or ritual, the use of souls is fairly common for paths towards lichdom or making bargains with the undead or outer planar creatures, right? Things that the world serpent would not be okay with. With that 24, you would imagine that but you're standing in this hallway, serves as a mana battery with these souls for whoever would control this vault.
Would you relay that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I would tell you all that. Do I think that getting close to them or walking near them is that a way that it could take a soul, or is it like someone has to put a soul in it?
No, usually somebody has to die or the soul has to be pulled towards the jar.
Okay. And then the idea that we just saw one sort of light up is like someone is like getting someone somewhere is using this or putting souls into it.
Or somebody died that's still bound to this ritual.
Because it could be like over a great distance and be still okay. That makes sense.
But we will end this session as you all get down to the end of the hallway. As you look down this long corridor, that the rope has been broken of what maybe was originally a elevator or kind of a dumbwaiter, something to lower down. As with your flashlights, you can see the boulder sitting at the bottom
That proves it.
Holy shit.
Thanks for listening. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Our intro and outro music was by Nihilor, Follow Me Into the Dark. You also heard Lore, Cathedral, and Throne of the Soul. Sound effects by Pixabay. Alrighty, have a good one. Bye!